I'm Alan Kenny, Managing Editor with REIT.com, and we're at the Hilton Anatole Hotel in Dallas, Texas for REITWorld 2011, NAREIT's annual convention for all things REIT. Joining me is Kevin Kampschroer, Federal Director with GSA. Kevin, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So can you tell us a little bit about some of your government-wide responsibilities there?
Well, yes. What we're looking at is setting standards for what high-performance green buildings are, really establishing the relationship between how buildings work and how they work for the occupants of the building. So we're very interested in making sure that the people in the buildings get what they need to out of the building and use them very effectively. We're looking at a broad swath of energy reduction initiatives, and probably one of the more exciting two initiatives that I wanted to mention are, one, we've discovered that there's a tremendous amount of research in how buildings perform that isn't being used by the people in the field who are actually operating the building. So we're developing a lot of different ways to get the information out in usable form as opposed to research report form. And secondly, we're working with a lot of energy savings companies, performance companies, to really see if we can get a energy savings performance contract, a performance contract that pays itself back from the energy savings to go into the deep retrofit rather than the easy to do realm. And we're getting very positive feedback from that after our initial meeting. And
you participated in the panel discussion today on sustainability in the commercial real estate industry. Can you tell us about a few of the major themes or takeaways that you had from that?
Well, one theme is that we're beyond, in sustainability in buildings, we're beyond the we're thinking about it phase. We're beyond the early adopter phase. We're in the 20–30% total adoption. So it's not a passing fad. That would be theme number one. Theme number two is corporations that really embrace sustainability discover a lot of side benefits that create value for the company. In our case, in the federal government and in GSA's portfolio, we operate buildings at 20% less cost for energy than private sector buildings, and that all goes to the benefit of the taxpayer. So there's that benefit. And then the third thing is that sustainability is valuable because it integrates across a lot of different traditionally stovepipe disciplines that once you start bringing them together, you discover that integration can drive waste out of the system, can reduce your overall expenses, and actually produce a better product. Last major point that was emphasized both from the audience and the panel was it's the right thing to do. And as the generations in the workforce are changing, they're looking to see that they want to work for corporations and in buildings that have done the right thing.
And then, so how about some of the major initiatives you're working on in government?
There's an overarching initiative in the federal government, and it started with data center consolidation, and now it's moved to property in general, and that is we need to use the property more effectively. We know that 50% of the time an office building is empty, any given place, so that we can use them more intensively. So we think we can drive huge costs out of our portfolio across the government by really rethinking how buildings get used, use them more effectively, and use less of them.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
For more on this and other news and information from REITWorld 2011, check out REIT.com.